what do you do when you fail at something that you were really counting on? This is what I'm going to explain in this Motivational Monday. I think all of us have gone through a moment in our creative lives or lives, personal lives, where we have failed terribly at something. But the important thing is to be able to get back up and to keep going, even if those moments do happen. I recently went through one, as in like this past weekend, to the World of Possibilities Disabilities Expo. And I was part of a relatively small group of that expo that was exhibiting art and performance, and my brother was part of that too. And honestly, the most exciting thing that happened in that event, for me at least, was watching the other performers, because I didn't have any customers, like zero. I had one person sign up for my free ebook, which I usually offer my subscribers. I haven't done that in a while. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. It's just part of like a little small welcome gift that I give to people. Like I said, I haven't done that in a while. In the first event that I went to, I had like almost 20 people sign up or something. And I did sell my bookmarks. I didn't sell the big stuff because they are higher ticket prices. And, you know, as much as I understand people's limited budget in that community, I can't sell it for less than they're worth. I'm sorry, I make my living off of this, and this was another reason and why I understand failing can be so unmotivating when it comes to our careers and creatives, because we do depend on this for our living, for our income, for our paying rent and stuff like that. So I think, you know, after I freaked out on Saturday and I ate because I was very hangry. If I don't eat I couldn't move from my booth, because if I left it unattended, you know, it's part of the Nono rules of our commitment to the event is to stay with our table, stay with our stuff. And then in the middle of a performer, it was like 2:30 almost, or just 2:30. Like, the event ended at 3. And one of the performers, a dancer, was doing his performance, and beep, 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 and we see like these flashing lights. And because the song went so well with the beat, most of the crowd didn't like budge, didn't notice this. The dancer didn't notice. And I was like, oh my God, it was a fire alarm. And we were like, smoke. And we were in a hotel. So we were like, whoa. What I'm trying to say is that you have to look at the positive of all of these experiences. For me, I learned that I need to find myself a crowd that is more interested in art in general. I don't know what happened, why they put us in like this off-closed room. It wasn't just me, it was other people too. And it just sucked. But, you know, I guess it happens to everybody. They say that every musician has played to an empty room, when that was basically an empty room, because the only other people there were parents of the performers. And yeah, I think there was 1 or 2 ladies that stayed a little bit, and a couple little kids that were watching the dancers afterwards, but none of them came close to us. But anyway, it just really sucked. But when things go so wrong, you have to remember to take a breather. Be like, okay, this isn't on me necessarily. This one little experience, and this is what I wanted to say for the Motivational Monday, is that one little experience does not make or break your career. It doesn't. The reason, and I think the top reason for why creatives give up or why they fail is because they don't even try. And remember, the only true failure that you can have in your life is not trying at all, because the only thing you can fail at is the stuff that you don't try. The things that you do try and don't turn out the way you happen is just one way that it doesn't work. I think Thomas Edison said that when he discovered the light bulb, and I don't know this direct quote, but it's something like, I didn't fail, I just found 9,099 ways that it didn't work, and then the last one that it did. And imagine what would have happened if he hadn't kept on trying, you know? So you just found a way, or I just found a way that it doesn't work for me. Those types of events, they don't, because, you know, maybe I have a bigger thing at stake. I'm not doing it as a hobby. And there's nothing wrong with doing this as a hobby. It's just that my livelihood depends on it. Remembering to not let those failure moments define everything else that you do and how quickly you get back up is key in determining how well you are gonna keep on going. And I have to keep on going too, you know. I have to, well, I don't have to, but I like making these videos. I like painting. I have to get back to my painting. This week I have to finish my taxes. And I have a lot of other projects that I have in mind. I'm thinking they're reels and shorts for you guys to be able to make it so that you guys could get like a sneak peek into my paintings and stuff. So this is not like this ends here. It doesn't end here. One little failure or one little event in your life that doesn't necessarily go your way does not define who you are. It's just a learning lesson. It's just a learning step. And I'll put a picture here that I got from another creative. He's a writer. His name is Richard White. He's a Baltimore tuba player that had a movie made out of him that's called Ratuba. And I haven't seen the movie, but I did contribute to helping make it. They did like a GoFundMe or something like that, and I knew one of the people working there. But anyway, this story of this guy is so incredible, of how he raised himself up from the streets, or how he grew up in the streets of Baltimore and then got into music, became a tuba player, and now he has like 2 doctorates in music. And he's amazing, but his book is called I'm Possible, and it's not me promoting anything, it's just me promoting that story, because he didn't let the impossibilities, quote unquote, in his life, circumstances, take away what his dream was. And it doesn't end here. It didn't end that Saturday for me, and it shouldn't end for you either. So just take into account, it's just a little step, and it's the way we look at these steps, not with that whole thing on our backs, thinking that that'll weigh you down. And I let it weigh me down on Saturday, quite honestly. It just kind of sucked. But it's good to like take that minute to breathe, be like, just don't stay there. And then, you know, Sunday I was like, okay, now what? Now what do I do? And then I saw this little picture, which doesn't need to say very much, but it's how you take those failures. You take them as learning blocks, as stepping stones to something greater. Because in Spanish there's this saying, mares quietos no hacen marinero, or something like that. It just says that like still waters don't make a good sailor, because you haven't, you know, navigated in rough waters. You haven't learned from experience. If everything's chill all the time, there's no learning potential. So just take every failure as a learning potential. If you don't see it that way, then, you know, I don't know. I know that if I've gotten this far in my life and this far in my career, is because I haven't let those roadblocks keep me still or keep me from trying. They have, momentarily torn me down, and all of us have that to go through, and it's fine. Like I said, it's how far you let that sink you. It shouldn't, because like I said, it's just a learning potential. So anyway, I hope you take those little failures or those little bumps in your road not define you. And I hope you have a great week. Take care.